Hey Saints, this message is going to be out of Luke chapter 6. So let me read Luke chapter 6. One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and his disciples began to pick some heads of grain, rub them in their hands, and eat the kernels. Some of the Pharisees asked, "Why are you doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?" Jesus answered them, "Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He entered the house of God, and taking the consecrated bread, he ate what is lawful only for the priest to eat, and he also gave some to his companions." Then Jesus said to them, "The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." Okay, so there's definitely a connection between the grain, Jesus, and the Sabbath in Luke chapter 6. Understanding that Jesus, the Lord of the Sabbath, is the ultimate spiritual nourishment available to all, while the immediate context is Jesus demonstrating authority over the Pharisees' legalism, a deeper spiritual meaning can be drawn by connecting the symbolism of grain and bread found elsewhere in the Gospels. Alright, Saints, so let's discuss the symbolic connections in Luke 6. First off, Jesus as the spiritual bread. In the Gospel of John, Jesus calls himself the bread of life. That's John 6, verse 35. In Luke 6, the disciples are hungry and take grain from the fields to eat, representing a genuine human need. This act can be allegorized to mean that anyone with spiritual hunger can come to Jesus, the bread of life, for sustenance. Now, the grain fields symbolize availability. The fact that Jesus and his disciples were walking through grain fields on the Sabbath suggests that Jesus' provision is not limited by strict regulations, but is accessible to those who are with him. The disciples' action of plucking and eating grain was a work of necessity, not a violation of God's law, which allowed travelers to eat from a field. Now let's discuss Jesus as the Lord of the Sabbath. The key theological point in Luke 6 is that Jesus declares himself Lord of the Sabbath. This means he is the ultimate authority over the Sabbath, not the man-made laws the Pharisees had developed. The Sabbath was meant to be a gift of life and rest for humanity, not a burden, and Jesus fulfills that purpose completely. Jesus fulfills the law's true intent. Jesus' reference to David eating the consecrated bread shows that human need takes priority over strict ritual observance. By fulfilling the law's true intent, mercy, not sacrifice, Jesus provides rest from the burden of legalistic rules. In this way, he is the spiritual Sabbath rest for believers, available every day of the week, not just one specific day.
Christ is